In this video, I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about your proofing and citation manager uh, assignment in Word for computer literacy. Um, you do have some training here, video training for the proofing part of it and the reviewing, but for the citations and bibliographies, there is a link here which if I click on that, it's going to take me to a Microsoft Word help page. There is some help here. There's some visual references talking about how to set the bibliography style. So for this assignment, you'd choose the APA style, but if you're doing assignments for another class, you might need to choose MLA or some other style. And you can go through and open up each one of these if you need to go back and refer to them for just a visual of where to find this in Word using the source manager. And I'll show you all this in just a moment in the video. Adding citations and a bibliography or a works cited list. So it does show you that. I'm going to just use a document here that I have that it's just an example of something that we can add references to. So looking at your assignment, the first part is, well, you've got a description here of what you're doing. You're working together with someone else, and they have written up a draft that you're going to go through and make corrections to, and you're also going to be adding the references, and you've got references here. So those are the references that you'll be adding to the Citations Manager. You do need to go in and first use your proofing tools. So you're looking for like spelling and grammar errors, and you're going to go in and fix any turn on the track changes and fix those errors, but then you're also going to do the part with the Citation Manager. That's kind of what I wanted to focus on here. So if I go to my document in Word and I am using the Mac version here, by the way, so it might look slightly different if you're using the PC version, but I'm going to go to the Review tab. And if I go to proofing, I have here the spelling and grammar check, which I'm going to run real quickly here. And it's got some suggestions. It's wanting to possibly use a semicolon here. I'm going to ignore that one. It's going to probably complain about some of my references here. It's suggesting a comma. I'll go ahead and do that one. And I'll probably also add that comma there. I do have a spelling error here, so it's suggesting this change. I'm going to change that. And using the wrong version of the word to here, so I'll actually change that one. And it's all done. So it's all happy with the spelling and grammar. So what I need to do at this point is I want to add a reference here. I'm going to put my reference right at the end of this paragraph about Decoration Day. Memorial Day was actually originally called Decoration Day, and I do have a source for that I want to add to my my document. And my source actually for this particular example is a website from the Library of Congress. So it's a government website here, and it's got a little article about Memorial Day and about how it began and all that. So that's where I got some of that information from. So the first thing that I am actually going to do is I'm going to go to my References tab, and if I can either go to Insert a Citation, or I can go directly to the Citations Manager, and I can also set the style of the citations that I want to use. I could set it to MLA or Turabian, but I'm going to leave it on APA for this. And so if I want to insert a citation right here, I would click on Insert Citation, and because I have not yet told it what sources I want to use, it's going to ask. Now in this particular case, my source is not a book, it's actually a website. So I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to do website, and it may change the fields that it's asking for depending on what kind of a source you use. So if I use a book, you can see that it's asking for the publisher and all that. An article in a journal. I believe your assignment does have articles in a journal for sources, so you probably would want to use that one, or a periodical, whichever is appropriate. But I'm going to do the one from a website, and it's asking for author, name of the web page, name of the website, the URL, the year, month, and day, and that would be the year, month, and day that you retrieved the information, so that's actually going to be today. So that's 2020, September, and today is the 13th. So I'm going to do that. My URL, I'm going to grab right here, copy that URL. I'm going to paste it right here. The name of the website is Library of Congress. So I'm going to do that, Library of Congress. The name of the web page is Today in History, May 30th. So I'm going to put that over here. The author, I'm not sure if we have a specific author. Let's check and see whether we have a named author at the end of this. That is an author for this particular poem, so I don't want to use that. It does not look like I have a named author. So I probably am going to use, I'll probably have to just skip that actually, because I don't have an author. I mean, that sometimes happens on a web page like this, where you have an association that is providing the information. So I'm going to just click OK. I created the source, and you'll notice here that it also inserted my citation. Now if I wanted to use that same citation again, I can just click on Citations, and it will open up the panel here, and then wherever I want to use it again, I place my cursor there, and I can go over here to my citation, double click, and it will place it in again wherever I'm doing that. So that is an example of using the Citation Manager, inserting a citation. So basically, in your assignment, I believe there may be some places where you're only using part of that information. You should be adding more than one source to your citation manager here. So if you need to add another one, you can come down here, and where it has a little plus sign, click on that, and it's going to allow you to add another source. And if I have another source, it's going to be listed here, and I can just choose whichever source I want to insert at the time. So hopefully that will be helpful.